Imagine being one of the world's greatest adventurers, being able to latch onto anyone and anything. Not only that, but also being able to escape great danger at the very last second. Yes, my friends, today we are talking about the holy grail of all items, the one and only, the hookshot. Today, I, Zelda Conqueror, will analyze the lore and transformation of the hookshot throughout the Zelda series. The hookshot was first introduced in the Link to the Past, found inside the Swamp Palace. It is capable of reaching faraway objects and areas. In nearly all games, the hookshot is almost always found inside dungeons. A reoccurring trend in the series is that the hookshot is typically found inside water-themed or flooded dungeons, such as the Swamp Palace in Link to the Past or Catfish's Maw in Link's Awakening. The hookshot is usually guarded by the dungeon's mini-boss and often becomes necessary to navigate the remainder of these dungeons it is found in. It is also often required to beat the dungeon's bosses. In some games, however, especially Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, the hookshot is instead not found inside a dungeon, but rather it can be found in urban areas such as Dompe's Grave and Pirate's Fortress. However, while these two hookshots are not found in water-themed dungeons, the Longshot in Ocarina of Time, which is the upgrade to the original hookshot, can be found in the Water Temple. Whereas in Majora's Mask, the hookshot is located within an oceanic region. Other exceptions include the Wind Waker, where the hookshot is found in the Wind Temple, and A Link Between Worlds, where the hookshot can be rented for 50 rupees or even bought for 800 rupees from Ravio's shop. The hookshot is used most commonly to grapple onto faraway objects so that Link can reach previously inaccessible areas. In addition, the hookshot can also be used as a replacement for the boomerang by allowing Link to grab away faraway objects like hard-to-reach rupees or out-of-reach switches, and even attack certain enemies like Skulltulas. In most cases, attacking an enemy with a hookshot will only stun them, but some weaker enemies such as Keese will be defeated when hit with the hookshot. Other enemies, such as Like-Likes, will instead pull Link towards them when hit by the hookshot, which can potentially hurt Link or threaten his other items. In 2D Zelda games like Link to the Past, the hookshot will latch onto specific solid objects that stand in either of the 4 cardinal directions and can include blocks, chests, specific stones, or pots. It is often used to pull Link over pots and unsafe hazards. In the 3D console games, the 3D environment makes greater use of the hookshot as it can also be used to reach higher or lower heights. In these games, objects that can be grappled onto are usually marked with a bullseye target. In Ocarina of Time, the hookshot also produces a laser light used for aiming the hookshot. In Ocarina of Time 3D, the laser dot is surrounded by an extra red ring when the hookshot is pointed at a viable object. It can also be manually aimed by moving the Nintendo 3DS with your bare hands. In A Link Between Worlds, the hookshot gains some additional use as it can also be used to grapple onto switches as well as wooden walls which Link can then quickly merge with. Over the years, the glorious hookshot has been redesigned many times, but the concept remains the same. A few games include upgraded variations to the regular hookshot. Ocarina of Time includes the Longshot, which has a much longer chain and can therefore reach farther objects or enemies. In A Link Between Worlds, the hookshot can be upgraded to the Nice Hookshot by Mother Mai if Link has purchased the hookshot from Ravio's shop and has found at least 10 lost Mai. The Nice Hookshot deals more damage and extends farther. In a few other games, however, the hookshot is replaced with other similar items. Oracle of Ages replaces the hookshot with a switch hook. The Wind Waker includes a hookshot, but also a similar item known as a grappling hook. Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword replace the hookshot with another very similar item known as a claw shot. All of these similar items we will discuss momentarily. While the hookshot has also appeared in many canon Zelda games, it has also had a few non-canonical appearances. The hookshot is Link's grab in the Super Smash Bros. Series. In Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U, it was replaced by the claw shot. Link, Young Link, and Toon Link can use this move as a tether recovery to grab the edge of the stage and pull themselves back up to it. Young Link and Toon Link's versions of the hookshot have a shorter range compared to the Adult Link version. In Hyrule Warriors, the hookshot appears as an item obtained in the Shadow King scenario. The hookshot is used to grapple onto ledges, indicated by a bullseye target overhead and a glowing space when the hookshot is selected. It can also be used to grapple onto enemies and quickly move towards them. such as on Aerophos when it is in flight. The hookshot can temporarily be upgraded by finding an item upgrade power-up in battles, which increases the strength of the hookshot for its duration. In this state, it can be used to pull and crash a tiny moon onto enemies. The hookshot is also used to pull down and stun Argorok when its tail glows blue, as well as weaken a part of Ganon when his tail glows. While the hookshot is primarily used across dungeons throughout the Zelda series, it is also used in many ways to have fun and win prizes such as heart pieces. Story-wise, you need to use it in Majora's Mask in order to access the Ikanya Canyon area, as there is no other way to access it. In other areas like side quests for example, it is used secretively to attach onto secret areas. In Majora's Mask, there is a secret area besides Great Bay Coast that is accessible by shooting your hookshot onto a series of ledges leading to the top of a nearby waterfall. Believe it or not, it is actually one of the most unknown locations in the Zelda series, as a lot of people just didn't think about looking up in this area. But after years of Nintendo 64 Zelda games came out, the hookshot has had a few tweaks in some Zelda games. The claw shots, which are featured in Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword for example, are very similar to a hookshot except for a few features. Unlike the hookshot, the claw shot does not allow Link to grapple onto treasure chests. The claw shot does not generally grab wood as the hookshot does either. It is mostly used to grab onto certain areas such as metal grating, vines, and other specific grappling spots. Unlike most items, the claw shot is usable while swimming and while underwater like the hookshot in Ocarina of Time. Furthermore, the claw shot has the ability to raise and lower Link after deployment. It was first introduced in Twilight Princess when Link found one claw shot in Lakebed Temple and in another temple called City in the Sky. This can allow Link to latch onto objects, vines, targets, while also allowing him to use a second claw shot to shoot as he wishes. Finally, in the Wind Waker, Link during his first quest at Dragon Roost Island receives a grappling hook. It enables Link to latch onto canti-levered ledges called grappling posts or pegs, as well as treasure chests in Phantom Hourglass and Wind Waker, and use them to swing across large distances to otherwise unreachable platforms. Also, fun fact, the grappling hook is said to have been used by the Rito people before they obtained wings to navigate the heights and upper levels of the mountain on Dragon Roost Island. In the Oracle games, a similar item to the hookshot called the Switch Hook is introduced. The item functions very similar to a hookshot, however, when Link fires the Switch Hook, it will switch places with whatever it grabs onto. The Switch Hook is able to grab onto most objects and enemies, including objects such as pots or large diamonds, the latter of which only reacts to the Switch Hook. In Skyward Sword, Link receives a claw shot as his reward for completing Lanayru's Silent Realm, and is one of the 3 sacred gifts left behind for Link by the goddess Hylia. This indicates that the claw shots may be of divine origin and may have been created by Hylia herself, along with other items such as the goddess sword. As a result, many of the claw shot's various attributes can be attributed that it is of divine origins. Given their advanced technology, it is possible the claw shots were created by the ancient robots as they existed during the lifetime of the goddess Hylia and aided her. This is somewhat supported by the fact that they are obtained in Lanayru Desert's Silent Realm, as the ancient robots apparently originate from the Lanayru region before it became a desert. The ancient robots are also known to have created other similar items, such as Link's beetle. My favorite memories of the hookshot have had to be during my younger years of playing Ocarina of Time. I'd hookshot across the buildings in Kakariko Village and the tallest tree in Lake Hylia as I loved seeing the view. I believe that Nintendo will continue to use the hookshot in the Zelda series. It's one of those revolutionary items in the game that we all know and we all had fun with. We can expect the hookshot to transform into other similar forms as Nintendo continues the Zelda series. While it was planned to feature the hookshot in Breath of the Wild, Nintendo sadly cutted that out near the end of the game. But it doesn't take a theorist to know that they will use it again in the future, right? So what do you guys think? Be sure to subscribe for more Zelda and other Nintendo related content. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and join my Discord group in the description below to get updates on various video projects that are in the making. Feel free to comment and suggest what items I should take a look at next in the Nintendo universe. I have a lot of video content coming this year, and I am very excited to share with you guys what's in store this year for my channel. You all have an awesome day, and I'll see you next week.